Well, I hate to bring it up because I know you got enough pressure on you already. But we agreed to get married as soon as you won your first case. Meanwhile, 10 years later, my niece, the daughter of my sister, is getting married. My biological clock is ticking like this. And the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
Lisa, I don't need this.
Who can forget that unforgettable scene, My Cousin Vinny, and it highlights something a lot of women think about, the biological clock. Well, now a new book is offering a better understanding. It's called The Fertility Formula. Take control of your reproductive future. Its authors with us now, Dr. Natalie Crawford, a board-certified reproductive endocrinologist. Dr. Crawford, good morning. Good to see you.
Hi, Savannah. Thank you for having me.
Your book is really about just rethinking how we look at fertility. A lot of times, you know, by the time you figure out that you're having a fertility issue, it's from failing first,
Exactly.
from trying and not succeeding.
My big goal with this book, I've been a fertility doctor for over a decade, is that I don't think women need to fail first before they get data about their bodies or they understand their cycle or their biologic clock. And that's what the Fertility Formula is about, putting power back in the hands of women and giving them agency.
There is a biological clock. I mean, that's an unassailable fact, but that's not the only factor, you say.
Absolutely. Most women think the biological clock is simply running out of eggs. And there's truth to the fact that we're born with all the eggs we're ever going to have, and we do run out of them. But more than that, it's actually the quality of the eggs or the egg health that most significantly impacts our ability to get pregnant and limits our conception as we get older.
And you say there are ways to optimize fertility, and inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the culprit. Can you explain that and then how we can attack it?
Yes, our eggs are inside our body our entire lives, so they absorb the wear and tear from the world around us. Inflammation is a normal part of your immune system, but when you have chronic inflammation, very often from exposures in your everyday world, this actually can interfere with your fertility on multiple different levels. It can interfere with brain hormone communication, it can impact egg and sperm quality, and it also can make it harder to get pregnant and stay pregnant.
So when you talk about, you know, a good healthy diet, workouts, what kind of workouts are good if you're trying to increase or enhance your fertility?
We always want to think about how do we lessen the inflammation that we're exposed to. So working out's a great example where everything's not created equal. Building muscle, so more women need to lift weights 3 times a week, is one of the top things you can do to decrease inflammation in your body. But also, vigorous exercise, over-exercising can cause more inflammation and be harmful. So it's not always a more is more situation.
What about the foods that we eat?
The foods we eat is a major opportunity for us to decrease inflammation. We need to have more food that is high in fiber. Think fruits and vegetables. They have great antioxidants in them. We want to have complex carbohydrates and really healthy fats. We want those whole foods. But similarly, there's foods we should avoid because they only increase inflammation. Those ultra-processed foods, the fried foods, the high sugar foods, the refined and processed carbohydrates, they add very little nutritional value and they only increase inflammation inside our body.
We're obviously talking about fertility. That's the thrust of the book. But what about perimenopause or menopause? Do any of these practices affect that?
Absolutely. What's so interesting, Savannah, is when we look at fertility data, one thing we look at is the function and the health of the ovary. How many eggs you have, how long it can function, and inflammation makes women go into menopause earlier and impacts the ovary's ability to make hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So if we want to have our longest ovarian lifespan, decreasing inflammation as early as you can and maintaining these healthy practices can help you go through menopause in the best way possible and potentially extend that perimenopause time period.
We started by talking about being proactive as opposed to reactive. Is there a test if you are, you know, thinking that you might want to have a baby or you're heading into those years that you can take to kind of assess where you are in terms of fertility?
There's no test that's going to tell me that you're fertile and you won't have problems.
Yeah.
But there are some tests that can highlight if potentially you could have challenges. One important test women should know about is called AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. It's a simple blood test that's telling us around how many eggs that you have. It doesn't mean you can't get pregnant if you have a low egg count. As we said earlier, egg quality is a big part of the picture. But if you have a low egg count, you might make different choices. You might be more aggressive in your care. You might think about the decisions you're making a little bit differently.
All right, good conversation. Dr. Natalie Crawford, thank you so much. The book is called The Fertility Formula. It is out today, and you can find out more on our website, today.com/books.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.